Car Beautiful, yes, it's Monday. It's the start of the week, as you're well aware. Don't worry, guys, not long we'll be hitting Wednesday. Then you know you've got a couple of days till Friday, then the weekend once again beckons. So, the weekend sales update. Was it a surprise? Was it a shock? Did I sell as much as I did last weekend? No. However, I reckon there's a valid reason for that, guys. If you think about it, we've just hit the holiday season. So now we have 6 weeks of term time or off-term time, whichever way you want to phrase it, right? So people will be budgeting for taking vacations, holidays, etc., taking their families out during the week and the weekends, theme parks. We all know how much a theme park ticket costs nowadays. You know, if you don't get those buy one, get one free deals available, it can work out very, very expensive, right? Was it approximately, I'll say approximately, you know, £45 for an adult, 30 for a kid or thereabouts. You know, for a family to go out, and that's before food, before petrol, and all the other beautiful things that come with it, right? So, my philosophy is, yes, it's going to be quiet for the next week or two. It might be just I haven't got the right products for the right client base at the moment. Maybe my pricing structure is too high. Something I'm just going to have to evaluate this week and see why. Ask myself why. And I'll be watching many, many more YouTube seller videos to see if they're having quiet weeks at the moment or a couple of weeks. See what the market is. Guys, anyway, without further ado, I've had a grand total of a few sales. Right, I'll let you know what it is. Right, so without further ado, let's put the Specsavers on. Other brands are available, as you know. Hey, how you doing? I can actually see you now. I've got these Specsavers on. Got my little list here. So the very first item to go out is, I haven't got it here because I wrapped it this morning, done a quick video. So what I'll put that video up about now. Yeah. Good morning, Car Beautiful. Yes, it's Monday. The weekend has been and sadly gone. So I have the mammoth tasks of this morning. Yes, you see it there. You've seen it first. The CD holder sold, guys, along with a couple of t-shirts, and there you go, a tracksuit bottom there. So I've got to get this literally bubble wrapped and ready to be sent and shipped. So I will catch you guys a little bit later. Have yourselves a great morning. I'll see you later. So there you go, guys. As you can see, I was up at very early hours this morning at 7 o'clock. Bubble wrapping this CD holder. Yes, it is vintage. Yes, it holds approximately 240 CDs. These things can do phenomenally well, as this one has done. I was in Harrow Weald and I was in that donation centre, wasn't I? Yes. And the first time I went there, tongue-tied, it was about £10. I should have picked it up there. It had a lot of deep scratches, those guys. It had a lot of deep scratches. So I went online to the Ham and the Zone, and they do this wax and wood filling kit. It's basically a crayon, believe it or not. So you fill it in with the crayon, the wax, then scrape it off, and then you go over it with a bit of varnish pen that comes included in it. It made it look amazing, actually. It did actually get those deep scratches out, thankfully, so that helped with the sale. So a little bit of perseverance went a long way. Forgive me, guys, I'm rattling on, as you can appreciate. So I only paid a total of £5 for that originally, guys. The video should be on there, I'm not mistaken. If I can find it, I'll actually put the link here somewhere for you. If not, you can always scroll back at your own leisure and find other interesting content out there to validate my claims. So £5 paid, guys, and that's just returned £70. What a way to wake up. Yes, please, that was needed because, like I said, the sales this weekend are not that strong, but I hold faith, guys. The next one to go out, you would have seen me pick this up only last week. Lucky, because I better take out the charity tag, which I haven't done. I did photograph it, subsequently hiding the tag. As I mentioned, guys, it's Nike Air. It's Nike Air Max. It's got lovely reflective slip reflective logo on there, guys. It's got a lovely hit of the Nike Air Max on both pockets. It's a medium. I only paid a grand total of £4.50, and there's your validation if you so require. Not that you guys should be doubting anything I say, because I am who I am. By now you should know that I got nothing to hide, guys. So that was a £4.50 on the price tag, and that has sold for £30. Took an offer of that. I listed it for $39.99. I took an offer of $30, you know, just to get it in and out the door, guys. Fantastico. Next item to go out again. This is all on video, guys. You will see this. All you got to do is scroll back literally a couple of videos, maybe a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. It was the second of the J. Lindbergh. Yes, there it is there. The J. Lindbergh Golfing top in medium, guys. If you remember what I said in the video, it's all about the colourway, and turquoise is the colour this season. Not that I know that for a fact, but hey, I only paid £3 for it in Northwood, a charity shop, and I've just flipped that for a grand total of £23. Free money, guys. That's what you got to consider. It's free money. I've literally been paid £20 before fees just to bring it home, to have it, to photograph it, to store it for a little bit, you know? Happy days. And the last item, this has been a while. I don't even know if I've done a video on this one. It's a lovely pair of jeans. Yes, there you go. It's a lovely deep blue pair of jeans. The company is on the back there. You're not going to be able to pick it up on the light. However, if I do this for you guys, this will give you an indication of the brand. It's going to go all skew if. There you go. You can see that, right? I can just about see over here. Yep, it's Diesel, guys. They are tapered, if I am not mistaken. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Let's have a look. I cannot remember. They're the Diesel Belter anyway. Yep, that's what I listed. The Diesel Belter waistline is a 32. Why would I pick that up at the time? I don't know. Maybe because it was just the Diesel brand. But 32, that's very small, guys. That's probably going to fit only one of my legs, to be fair. So yeah, 32 waist, 32 leg. Usually I try and go for a 38 and above, because obviously the bigger the size, the more chance you've got of flipping it, guys. So, all in all, oh sorry, that's sold for, I paid £5, and that sold for 33. So yeah, happy to get that out of the shop. I've got quite a few more boxes of clothes, and ever since, when I started, Vinted wasn't really a thing, so I was going out buying like semi-designer clothes and still learning back in the day, thinking that I could flip everything and anything. That was a wake-up call. I've got about 2 boxes of clothes, maybe 3 boxes of clothes. Some of them are designer as well, guys, you know. However, it's a learning curve, right? And this is before Vinted come in, and then, you know, they wanted to get rid of everything for like 50p to a pound. Right, anyway, without further ado, I spent a grand total of £17 and 50 of the finest pence. Yes, I certainly did. And I've just returned £156. Thank you very much. It'll do. It'll do. Guys, I'm not fussed, because luckily the week before I had them massive sales go out, so it's going to kind of balance itself out on my own personal algorithm. So I stay positive, you know, have that PMS, positive mindset, not the other one that's associated with those 3 letters. Positive mindset, guys, you know, have faith. You're going to have quiet days, I'm not going to deny that. You're going to have busy days. Yes, it's all about what stock you've got, the client base that's there wanting your products at the right time, at the right place. As long as you've got those products in stock, there's a customer for everything, guys, as you're well aware. Right, on that note, I've got plenty to do today. Not that I want to bore you with the details, but don't forget, got 2, 3, did I do 3 or 4 car boots? 4 car boots over the weekend. And yeah, I got a lot of cleaning, testing, listing. I've done a lot of the testing so far. Most of it is working. Got to test the rest of it. So I'm looking at about 90% out of 100% is working. So that's great. And that's a couple of the electrical items, obviously, you know. So yeah, literally just carry on doing what I'm doing. Get them photographed, get them listing. Personally, I think that's the worst part. The best part is actually going out. That initial buzz of not knowing what you're going to find when you're out there. I do have a comment to make regarding those plushes that I picked up and bartered for only, it was £16 in the end. I had a comment come through. If you want to go back and review the comment, that's fine. As you can appreciate, I film everything on my phone. Okay, guys? So I've got one eye on my camera and one eye on the stall that I'm coming to. So I'm walking across, you know, a fair distance on this field, and I saw in the clear bag was only a Kenny plush, right? It was all mishmash of all I could see was a mishmash of plushes. I couldn't actually tell at that stage, even when I was close up, what was in the bag, and there was no way I was going to go through one. However, I saw one plushie in there, which was the Kenny, which was the zombie one, which I know can go for £25-30. When I got home, I realized its market value's gone up to about 50 now, guys, so even better. However, I didn't know what other plushies were in that bag. So to come back to that comment, if you don't mind, it was a gamble at that stage. Yes, the seller wanted £20 initially, but at that stage I wasn't going to, the market was about to close in the next 10 minutes. I wasn't going to suddenly start pulling these plushes out of this bag to see what was in there. I knew I saw one and possibly another one in there. I didn't know they were all South Park figures, guys. So in my defense, not that I have to justify myself, both the seller and I came to a mutual agreement. For all I know, they could have been ripped, they could have been mouldy, they could have been in any state. But I took that gamble, yeah? That's why I didn't pay the full £20 that we bartered at 16. A price point that both I was happy with and the seller was happy with, guys. So don't forget that, right? So just to reiterate, guys, it was a gamble. Out on the field, you have to make them spur-of-the-minute choices. So thank you very much. I do appreciate your comment, but that kind of like clarifies the reason why I don't always pay the prices for what the seller's asking for. This is what going to a market is about, guys, you know? If you go to the Eastern European markets, and I'm sure the Asian markets, it's especially the Turkish markets, right? If it goes back in the culture. It is inbred in the culture. You go to these markets and it's all about bartering, guys, you know? It's finding a product price point that both seller and buyer are happy with. It's part of the culture, it's part of the blood, it's part of the system, so to speak, and they find it disrespectful. I know that for a fact. I've been to Turkey a few times in the past, vacation only, not for buying or reselling. And they tell us, you know, I barter a lot, and I like to stand there and talk to the various people from different cultures. Just the way I am, guys. It's just the way I am. I like to know about people, their history, their background. You know, it builds up a rapport. You know, show interest, show love and care for other cultures and their traditions. And you'll find out that bartering is a tradition, guys, which goes back to the Ottoman Empire, way back in time, when Turkey was becoming a state. Yes, guys. So when you go to car boot sales, it's all about bartering, guys. It's all about finding that price point that you're happy with, that the buyer's happy with. A lot of these items, as you know, may not work. So are you gonna pay top end dollar for a product that you don't know that works? No, guys. So anyway, on that note, I'm blabbering on, but I just wanted to go back and I'll reiterate again. Thank you for your comment. I do appreciate it, and I gave you my honest reply in the comment down below, and that's the reason. So On that note, guys, I'm going to wish you a fantastic day. I don't know what you got planned. Leave me messages down below. I'd love to know what you get up to on a daily basis. You might find it mundane, but don't forget, you're making a difference no matter what you're doing. Even if you're a street cleaner, I respect that, because you're doing a great job in preserving the land we live to make it habitable and safe. Whether you're managerial, I thank you for looking after the staff below you, you know, ensuring that you give them your knowledge and guidance. I believe everyone is an equal in life. Yeah? For me, there is no status. As much as people want to say, you know, there is no status. We're all equal at the end of the day, and I will treat you the same, and I'll speak to you the same. Guys, thank you very much. Have yourselves a great day. I look forward to conversing with you out in the field, out in public, wherever it may be. At one stage, we will have our paths cross, and it'd be great to say hi. How you doing? Guys, have yourself a great day. Thank you very much. Take care of yourselves, and obviously those around you. You're amazing. You know you are. You will need reminding, and I'll remind you daily. Great. Super. Fantastic. Look at all those adjectives coming out. Excellent. See you later.